Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. Today we are talking about how we can make our clothes last longer. So when it comes to sustainability, using what we already own and taking care of what we already own is one of the best ways that we can contribute to a more sustainable and intentional fashion industry. As consumers, we buy a lot of stuff all the time, and using what we already own is key in kind of pushing back against that whole consumerist mindset, and taking care of our items makes them last much longer. It also makes us appreciate them even more. So today I am sharing the tools that I use to take care of my clothing, accessories, and shoes. If you want to find out what these things are, keep watching. Okay, so this first care tip is definitely going to be applicable for you sneaker junkies out there, and this is to be cleaning our white shoes. For me, I love a crisp and clean white shoe. I know a lot of other people like when they kind of look more worn. For me, that's not a look. I do just love when they look brand new all the time. So I love to clean them every few weeks or so. The best tool that I use for this is the magic eraser. I don't know what is in it, but it is literally magic, you guys. It gets rid of any scuff marks on like rubber materials, and I find that it really works well. Another thing that you can use if you do not have that product and you don't want to go out and buy it is laundry detergent and water. Honestly, this works really well. Laundry detergent is made to get stains and marks out of clothing and all of that stuff. So obviously it works on shoes as well, and I think that it works really well on canvas materials. So if you have Vans or any shoe that's similar to that, it'll work well for you. Now when it comes to leather bags and leather shoes, often when something like that material is worn a lot, it gets cracks and just like folded marks in it. So sometimes the leather will start to fade in those specific areas, and that is when the leather balm comes in handy. All you need is a really soft cloth and a little bit of the balm, and you just basically rub the area where there's a mark or like a scuff, and it pretty much makes it look brand new again. This is something that upholds the integrity of the item, and I think that's key when you're wearing leather, because cracked leather is not really a look, in my books at least. I don't know if you guys enjoy that look. I personally don't think that it looks clean and like put together, so that's why I like to use this product. I don't have to use this very often because it takes a while for leather to break down like that, but if I do ever have like a little scratch, then I'll just rub a little bit of the balm on it and it looks brand new again. Now the next care tip is a little bit more time consuming, but it is so worth it, and that is to debobble your clothes. Debobble sounds like it's a made-up word, but it's actually a thing. I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but debobbling basically means that you're getting rid of those like lint balls that appear on your knits and any fabrics that kind of rub against each other. So for example, if you have a cardigan that is like a smooth knit material, if you look under the armpit area, you're probably going to find little balls of fiber on top of the material. And that's basically just because when materials rub together like this, knits especially, if there is like wool or cashmere, the fibers just come off of the fabric and they create these balls of fiber. So what you want to do is use a debobbling machine. This is actually a thing. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. It's essentially an electric machine that has blades spinning. So the blades spin like this. This is the head of the machine and it has holes in it. So when you rub it against like a material that has balls, the balls kind of go into that little head and they get cut off with the blades. So then you're left with a smooth knit surface. It works like a dream, you guys, and these tools are not expensive at all. You can find them on Amazon. You could probably even find it at like a local, I don't know, department store near you, but it's definitely worth it. Even though it is time consuming, it makes your items look brand new. The next care tip is pretty self-explanatory, and that is to get rid of the wrinkles and creases in your clothes. This is for every single type of clothing you can imagine that has any sort of wrinkle, and my tool for this is a steamer. You can definitely use an iron and an ironing board. I find that it's a bit more time consuming and takes more effort because you have to get the board out and all of that and wait for it to heat up. So I love using my steamer. It's very efficient, and I do this pretty much any time that I'm about to wear an item that has wrinkles. Sometimes if I'm bored, I'll like go into my closet and see if any of my items need steaming, and I'll just do a whole bunch of pieces at once. But doing this really helps your clothing to last longer, because when your items are wrinkled, it actually breaks down the fibers that are woven or knitted into that textile. And so steaming the clothes and making sure that those fibers and yarns are flat again helps them last longer, and it kind of upholds the quality of the item as well. This is super self-explanatory. I don't think I need to say anything else. Having a freshly steamed piece of clothing is such a good look, and it's always going to make you look very put together. Now, my last caring tip is, it's not really like an equipment that you would use for an item, but it's more so how frequently you wash your items. So if you have, for example, a silk dress, you don't need to put it in the wash every time you wear it, especially if you're not like sweating or getting it dirty in any way, because when you wash certain items, it actually breaks down the fibers that they're made of, and it can often ruin the structure of an item. So for example, if you have a blazer and like you just wear it maybe once every couple of weeks, you don't need to wash it that frequently unless you're like sweating and you have bad BO. That's another story. But the idea here is to look at the care labels on your items. A lot of the time, you won't actually need to wash an item as frequently as you think, because it breaks down the fibers, like I said, and it ruins the appearance of an item much quicker than if you were to just kind of leave it on your clothing rack or leave it in your closet and wash it only every few weeks or so. And this is applicable for, you know, coats, fragile materials like cashmere and silk, and anything that is wool. Also for your jeans, I know a lot of jeans are better once they're washed a few times, but after that point, you don't really need to wash them all the time unless you're wearing them like super frequently. So just keep an eye on the care label and the tags on your items, and make sure that you're not over washing them, because that will really break them down faster. And there you have it, my friends. That is how I take care of my clothing, accessories, and shoes. As always, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, because I do post every Monday and Thursday. Before I close out the video, I would love to know if you guys have any cleaning and caring tips of your own that you can share with us. Feel free to leave a comment down below and share the knowledge. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.